Are you tired of paying for high-priced prescriptions? A new way has arrived to purchase medicine called Scripto.com. It's a membership-based company that saves you money by getting your prescriptions at cost. Go to Scripto.com, that's Scripto, Scripto.com, to get more information on the membership fee, and you can even price your medicine to see how much you can save. Use code RX23, that's RX23, and get $30 off your initial membership fee. That's Scripto.com, Scriptco.com, or call 888-201-0334 for information, and remember to use code RX23 for your membership discount. Scripto.com. Get your meds at cost with membership.
This is WWE superstar Drew McIntyre, and you're listening to the WWE Podcast.
The champ is the one that everybody wants, me. Becky Lynch is going to WrestleMania. Claymore! Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass. This is my idol. You're going to acknowledge me.
Welcome to the WrestleMania 38 TakeOver show. This is your Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan along with
Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan. And we're here to take over from Matt to get your predictions. That's right, you the listener. We're going to get your predictions, your rants, what you want to see, what you hope happens. We're going to get it all. We're going to give you Vegas odds. We're going to cover NXT Stand and Deliver. We're going to cover all 14 matches of WrestleMania 38. And we're going to have a lot of fun tonight, aren't we, babe?
Yes, we are.
Well, we're going to jump right in. Matt's already sent us a couple. And we're going to start with number one.
Uh-oh.
We have to start with DJ Kuzmo. That's right, DJ Kuzmo. We started with you.
Yes.
And for you guys, to give you a little disclaimer, it is storming here in Nashville, so if you hear thunder or rain in the background,
apologies.
We're sorry. But we're going to hop straight into your letter. It's nice to finally hear from you, DJ. And we're going to go straight into it right here on the WrestleMania 38 TakeOver show in 3, 2, 1.
And away we go.
All right.
Back at it again. Back at it again. On your Mailbag show, none other than Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan.
That's
and
right.
And the TakeOver crew.
Whoop, whoop.
But wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
This isn't just a regular PLE weekend coming up.
That's right.
This isn't just another Saudi show where I have to watch it on delay because I don't have the time to watch it live.
That's right.
This isn't just another B plus PLE show, but this is the show of shows, the grandest, the biggest, the most extravagant pro wrestling event to hit North America since its very existence back in 1985. I'm talking about a pro wrestling event that is no longer a one-night event marathon where I would doze off, and then try to rewatch a match I missed at 3 a.m. in the morning. The things we do as wrestling fans. It has been a two-night event and hopefully continues to be a two-night pro wrestling event for the foreseeable future. And that pro wrestling event, my friend, is called WrestleMania.
That's right.
Our Super Bowl, our favorite holiday, our pastime, or whatever you call it. It's the special time of the year where you can shout to the top of your lungs and say that you are a wrestling fan. And yes, people may think that you're crazy. And yes, they may think that you're absolutely delusional. But that's besides the point. The point is whether you are a passionate wrestling fan, a casual wrestling fan, or an absolute newbie to pro wrestling. This is a great time to be a wrestling fan and watch a show of shows that has been dubbed the Super Bowl of professional wrestling, Wrestlemania. But that's neither here nor there. So let's dial it back and start over. Something like this. And backed by popular demand on this WWE unofficial podcast, the reigning, the defending, undisputed husband and wife tag team of all wrestling podcast in the entire world. Yesterday, today,
tomorrow,
next
week,
or whatever day.
WrestleMania.
I'm talking about none other than Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan and the TakeOver crew.
That's right.
Shout outs to the New York Kyle. Owen the Resident Hill.
My guy.
Tommy S. Dr. BGB.
I want it on it.
Some other names from the TakeOver crew that I can't remember. But most importantly, the ringleader, the head honcho of the TakeOver crew, Matt's daughter.
Come on.
The one and the only Hannah.
Shout out to Matt's daughter.
Right? Oh. Apologies for the long intro. I miss you all. All those that regularly contribute to the mailbag, and all the new patrons, regular listeners, and of course, Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan. This is the TakeOver Wrestlemania edition. That's right. Now, with that being said, before I give my predictions for WrestleMania, I want to ask a question or questions about WrestleMania. You don't have to answer now, but you could save your answer for next week or later in the show. Number 1, what is your favorite WrestleMania card from top to bottom?
The matches on the card?
What is your favorite WrestleMania card from top to bottom?
Oh, Lord. Well, obviously we want to see the Roman Reigns Brock. That's number 1. And then
I really want to see Bianca Becky,
Charlotte Ronda.
Yeah.
Usos and Shinsuke.
I'm not really that interested.
I want to see the Usos retain.
Yeah,
okay.
Okay, number 2.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What is your favorite non-title wrestling match of all time at WrestleMania? So all time. That's a big question.
We're going to move that to next week. Because I'm going to have to think about
Yes, we're going to really give this some thought and get right back to you next time.
So Undertaker got good ones, and we big Undertaker fans. So, all right, next.
Yes. And it's hard to choose. You guys know. Number 3. What is your favorite title wrestling match of all time at WrestleMania?
Oh, God.
And he wants to know number 4. And from the past years, who is your favorite wrestler that made you excited to watch WrestleMania?
Undertaker.
Oh, that's a no-brainer.
Undertaker.
I'll share my answers next week. Well, so will we.
Yeah, we'll
Since y'all will be next week on the mailbag.
That's right. If you didn't know, we're back next week for WrestleMania Backlash follow-up mailbag takeover edition. That's right. All right, let's keep going.
WWE Hall of Fame. Do you think that the only reason why the Steiners are getting inducted to the Hall of Fame is because of the popularity of Braun Breaker? Ooh.
I'm going to be honest
because to me, it's long overdue that the Steiners should have gotten inducted years ago.
Okay, I agree that they should have been inducted long ago. I don't like Braun Breaker. I know he's got a lot of clout right now, and he's got a lot of momentum, as they like to say. But I'm not a Braun Breaker fan.
Nope.
Now, I do like the Genetic Freak. I like the Steiner brothers. I'm with that. So, yeah, and they should have been inducted a long time ago. I was surprised they actually accepted it. You know, it was a rumor that they was thinking about declining it. So, or was it Rick Steiner going to decline it? But either way, yeah, I agree. Go ahead.
No offense to the other inductees for this year's Hall of Fame class, but would it have made sense to only have The Undertaker get inducted for this year and no one else? Because look at the legacy of The Undertaker. For one, I'm just going to pause off that. You were so right.
Don't think so. I think so.
In the WWF, WWE that spanned 3 decades, there's so many great matches and awesome storyline feuds that The Undertaker has been a part of. Then you have multiple character alterations of The Undertaker from the time he stepped foot in WWF in 1990 until his final match with AJ Styles in 2020. Just a side note, my favorite era of The Undertaker was in the mid-2000s when he came back as the Dead Man, defeated his brother Kane at WrestleMania 20, then continued the epic undefeated streak all the way to WrestleMania 30. When I cried like a baby when Brock pinned The Undertaker to the end, his legendary streak. Oh,
Yeah,
I know, man. That is emotional. It really is. That man has worked hard.
He did. On the question of should he induct it by himself, now I will say this. I do like inducting Undertaker by himself. That's a different look. I'll say this. Maybe they shouldn't have inducted Kane last year and inducted Undertaker and Kane same time, same year.
That would be great.
Those two only.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, that would have been
That
great.
is a great
So
dream.
yeah, we agree with you, DJ. So let's keep it going.
Of course. When I think of WrestleMania, the first wrestler that comes to mind for me is The Undertaker. And over the years before his streak ended, I always look forward to see his undefeated streak continue. Because to me, Undertaker's streak was a spectacle, an absolute thrill ride. That was bigger than any championship match that was held on that WrestleMania. Anyway, with that being said, it would have been awesome for The Undertaker to be the only one to get inducted this year and to finally get that curtain call. Round of applause in front of his hometown of Houston, Texas.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Totally forgot that this is Wrestlemania Predictions Mailbag show. I could talk about The Undertaker for hours, so before I go into another Undertaker rabbit hole, let's quickly get to these DJ Kuzmo Wrestlemania predictions.
And guess what, DJ? You and any other listener can write in and say whatever you want to. If you want to talk about The Undertaker for 10, 15, 20 minutes, guess what? We'll talk about The Undertaker. Ain't that right, babe?
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
WrestleMania 38, Night 1 and Night 2 Epic Card. From the bottom of the barrel, I'm starting with number 1, Drew McIntyre versus Baron, a.k.a. Happy Corbin. I'm booking for Drew to win this match and end this drag-out storyline feud, and hopefully Drew gets his sword back. Ha 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 face.
I love it. Well, guess what, DJ? As everybody likes to mock me on Discord, Vegas agrees with you. Drew McIntyre is the favorite, and I agree with him too, don't you?
Yeah.
And guess what? We're going to do it different. Since it's WrestleMania, since it's 14 matches, if you give us a prediction, we'll tell you if we agree or disagree. We're going to have fun with it this week. You get an instant approval or disapproval from Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling fan. So, Drew McIntyre, you approve?
Yeah, I approve.
I approve as well. Let's keep going.
Number 2, the Woman Tag Team Fatal 4-Way of Boss and Glow, Sasha Banks and Naomi,
Boss and Glow.
Rhea and Liv, Natalya and Shayna, and Queen Zelina with Carmella. I'm booking for Sasha Banks and Naomi, Boss and Glow, to win the tag titles.
And guess what? Vegas agrees with you, sir. They have the number 1 odds, and guess what? Mr. Casual Wrestling fan agrees with you, sir. Does Mr. Casual Wrestling fan agree with him?
With Sasha? No, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Who do you think's going to win that match? Or do you want to wait?
This may be shocking to you guys. I'm going to give you a little piece of surprise here.
Here we go.
I absolutely think Zelina and Carmella have a huge chance of retaining.
There it is.
I think it's going to be that shock and awe that we all need for the show.
Ooh, I love it. So, there you go. You get half approval, DJ. Let's keep going.
3, Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville. As strange as it sounds, I'm booking for Johnny Knoxville.
Ooh.
Yeah. To make Sami Zayn look like a fool and get the win. So that somehow Sami Zayn can take out his frustration on getting back his Intercontinental title.
Hey, he said that Johnny Knoxville is going to make Sami Zayn look like a jackass. And I totally agree. And guess what? Vegas agrees. Does Mrs. Casual Wrestling fan agree?
I do.
We all agree. You get a stamp of approval from the Casual Wrestling crew. Let's keep going.
Number 4, Bobby Lashley versus Omos. It looks like Omos will get his first L in the WWE by the hands of Bobby Lashley. So I'm booking Bobby Lashley to win this match. I like the babyface turn for Bobby Lashley, and hopefully this leads to another main event title feud or a rematch with the Brock Lesnar in SummerSlam.
Well, guess what, sir? Vegas disagrees with you. They have Omos as the favorite, and Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan still hasn't made his mind up, so I'm going to defer to Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan on this one. What do you think, babe?
Shockingly, I had wrote on this paper, Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley. Oh, so Miss Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you,
and
sir.
I am no Bobby Lashley fan. Let me just put that out there, sir.
She isn't, but I am, and I still haven't picked Bobby.
But I do think he has the bigger chance.
Oh, hey, you get a stamp of approval,
Number
sir.
5. Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. I'm booking that. Pat McAfee gets the win.
Ooh.
But I think this feud might continue for the next PLE.
Uh-oh. Well, let me say this. Vegas right now has it as pick'em. So, hey, even odds across the board. So, do you agree with him with Pat McAfee? And see, that's a good question because, you know, Pat McAfee did wrestle in NXT. A lot of people don't know or remember that. What do you think? Pat Mac?
I disagree.
Oh, and guess what, DJ? So do I. We are going with Austin Theory in this match. But
this guy is getting the biggest push right now.
He is getting a big push, and I want to say
WrestleMania is the perfect time to do it for him.
I agree. It's a great moment for Austin Theory, and I'll say this. Pat McAfee and Austin Theory, that's why Vegas has it as pick'em. It could go either way. I could see anybody winning this match, so guess what, DJ? Just because we disagree, I like your pick. I almost picked Pat Mac. How can you not? He's a great guy. But let's keep going.
Number 6. The Mysterios versus Logan Paul and The Miz. I have been booking The Miz for the past 3 pillows. Never again would I do that. So that's why I'm booking the Mysterios to win this match. It would be interesting to hear chants for Eddie, since El Paso, Texas is the birthplace of Eddie Guerrero.
Okay, I like that. And let's be clear about something, DJ. Me and Miss Casual Wrestling Fan picked The Miz for 2 in a row, and we got off the bandwagon, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We learned our lesson. So let me just start off with Vegas. Vegas has it pick'em, so it's even odds across the board. Miss Casual Wrestling Fan, who do you have winning this match?
Mysterios, hands down.
There it is, to the Mysterios. But guess what? Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan, I jumped back on that bandwagon. I'm going Logan Paul and The Miz. You got to get back on. It's like the stocks. You got to know when to get out. But guess what? It's time to get back on The Miz bandwagon. So we're going with The Miz. At least I am. So, hey, he got half.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
So let's keep going.
Number 7. The New Day versus Sheamus and Holland. Most likely this match will be on the pre-show. So I'm booking for Sheamus and Holland to win. Because I can't stand the New Day.
And guess what? Vegas agrees with you, as I always say, and everybody laughs at it. What about you, Miss Casual Wrestling Fan? Do you agree with him?
Yes.
Miss Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you.
Absolutely.
There it is.
Absolutely.
Now, does Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan agree with you? Yes, I do. Clean across the board.
Yes.
DJ Kuzmo, you get the stamp of approval from Vegas and Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan. So guess what? That match, we can pretty much say it's a lock, right?
Right.
That's a lock. So let's keep going.
Number 8. Ronda versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's title. As strange as it may sound, I'm booking for Charlotte Flair to retain the title.
Ooh.
These past few weeks, I haven't been sold that Ronda could beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, but I might be wrong.
Woo! 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 Guess what? Vegas disagrees with you. And disagrees with you by a lot, sir. Like, they have Ronda as a huge favorite currently. Now, Miss Casual Wrestling Fan, what do you think?
I put Charlotte.
Oh, the queen. Miss Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you.
She is going for her dad's record, and nothing is stopping this
Charlotte
woman.
retained. She's 14.
She's coming for it.
She's holding the belt.
Yes.
I like it. But
Yes.
guess what? Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan disagrees with you. It's Ronda Rousey. I hate to say it for everybody that says, no, I hate Ronda. Guess what? I don't really like her that much. I'm a Queen fan. It's Queen Charlotte for me. But we are predicting who's going to win the match. So give me Ronda Rousey. Let's go to the next one.
Number 9. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's title.
Here we go.
I'm booking for Bianca Belair to get the win and finally get her revenge on Becky for embarrassing her at SummerSlam. I think after all is said and done, Becky should take time off to be a full-time mother and then hopefully come back for a babyface pop in the near future.
Okay, who he put over? I'm sorry.
He's going for Becky.
Oh, okay. Say Becky's going to win? Vegas disagrees with you, sir.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
What?
He's booking Bianca Belair. I read that incorrectly.
Okay,
I apologize.
Okay.
Good pick, though.
Well, in that
Okay.
matter, as you were just finna hear, then Vegas agrees with you, sir.
Yes.
But what I was checking as I was paused for a second, the odds actually just came down for Bianca. She's still a favorite, but it came down by 100. So I think the haircut incident obviously played a part in that, and that scared a lot of people into wanting to
Maybe.
bet on Bianca. Do you agree with Bianca, or do you going for Becky to retain?
Well, nope. No brainer for me. I'm on Becky team.
Uh-oh, big time Bex.
Big time Bex tonight.
But guess what? Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you,
Yes.
DJ Kuzmo. So you get half a stamp, and you get a full stamp from Vegas. So that's a pretty good pick, sir. Let's keep going.
Number 10. The Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Ooh, so...
And Rick Boogs.
Rick Boo!
For the Smackdown tag team titles. As strange as it may sound, I'm booking for Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs to win the SmackDown tag team titles. I really hate that the Usos have hit their ceiling in terms of suitable challengers, and their tag team title reign will somehow come to an end, if not WrestleMania, then somewhere in the near future.
Oh my gosh. And guess what, DJ? I like how you looked at it, but just want to let you know Vegas disagrees with you. They say Usos will retain. Not a huge favorites, but they are favorites. Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan, who do you think is going to win the WWE Smackdown Championship match at WrestleMania 38?
I put Usos.
Uso! There it is, Bloodline. And
That's
guess
right.
what? Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan picked the Usos as well. But Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs is a great pick. They are on the rise. They're a rising tag team. Rick Boogs is over like crazy. He got the crowd going, hey, yo, whoa, whoa. He got them doing all kind of crazy crap, and they're repeating it. He's over. So I do agree the push is coming for Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura, but I don't think it's at WrestleMania. But it could be. So let's keep going.
Number 11. Triple threat for the Raw tag team titles of RK Bro versus Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. I'm booking for Alpha Academy to win back their tag team titles and go on a 6-month babyface run. The Street Profits have been somewhat teasing a heel turn, which probably happened after this match or on a Monday Night Raw after Mania. Thinking emoji.
He put Alpha Academy over, and
he did.
Vegas has Alpha Academy as the underdog. So they disagree with you, sir. But I like Alpha Academy. I like Shoosh. I like thank you. I like that. That's good. What about you, Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan? Who do you think is going to win that match?
Well, I can tell you right now, not them.
Oh.
I am not a fan.
Thank you.
Welcome. I actually went for RK Bro.
RK Bro.
You know, they're not just like, my top choice in tag teams, but they're going to do it, man. I think they're going to do it.
RK Bro to retain. Vegas says RK Bro to retain. And Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan says RK Bro to retain. But I'll say this. If you're going to pick an underdog out of most of these matches, Alpha Academy is your shucky ducky quack quack surprise of the night, and they can turn around and win their belts back. They're a great heel team. Shoosh is getting over. I can see it happening for them.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it going.
Number 12, Seth Rollins versus mystery opponent.
Ooh, bum bum bum.
Whoever the mystery opponent is, Cody Rhodes, Shane McMahon, an enhancement talent, a WWE legend, or the Googly Gooker.
Gobbity Gooker.
Okay. I'm booking that Seth Rollins will win the match. So he says Seth all the way.
Okay, he says Seth. I want to let you know right now, I say the mystery opponent. And I'm saying the mystery opponent will be Cody Rhodes. I know the Shane McMahon rumors is going crazy. I'm not buying in. I got Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. I got Cody Rhodes winning the match. So give me the mystery opponent. Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan, who are you picking? The mystery opponent or Seth freaking Rollins? Who are you picking?
Seth freaking Rollins.
Seth freaking Rollins, there it is. So
they're going to give him what he wants. Say WrestleMania win.
Miss Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you. She says Seth Rollins in Vegas. Oh, I'm sorry. Vegas says the mystery opponent will win the match. So you get a half stamp. You get a stamp from Miss Casual Wrestling Fan.
Yep.
And Vegas disagrees, but that's okay. Seth Rollins is a great pick in any match he's ever in.
13. KO show segment. Not really a match, but all I will say is that Kevin Owens will his receipt in the form of a Texas rattlesnake beatdown from Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that's the bottom line.
The Stone Cold said so. Now, I'll say this, you guys. So, we do have odds on this, not match, but KO show. And the odds is who will hit the stunner first. Will KO hit Stone Cold with the stunner first, or will Stone Cold hit KO with the stunner first? And we do
mean by hit first, successfully done.
Yeah, so not
completed.
Yes, not a reverse, but a completed finisher stunner hit. And Stone Cold has the major favorite of hitting the first stunner, and I agree, don't you?
I actually agree with that. Because it's his thing. It's his move.
Hey, he's going to open up a can of...
It's him. We're not going to bring Stone Cold out, and he's not going to do that. Come on.
He's going to open up...
It takes the fun from it.
He's going to open up a can of whoop ass on somebody. Oh. So, let's go. Keep going.
I say so. 14. Finally, there was one match left. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Title versus title. Champion versus champion. For the ultimate prize of unifying the belts in some form or capacity. I'm booking for Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table.
Come on.
To win this match. In this feud with Brock Lesnar, then all of a sudden we get the inevitable face-off of Roman Reigns and The Rock to close night 2. Mic drop in out. Bang. Good night, everybody. Thanks again, Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan and the TakeOver crew. Take care, everyone. This is DJ Kuzmo signing off. Peace.
Peace out. And to go straight in before we end your letter, with Roman Reigns, obviously we think that Roman Reigns will reign and retain, correct? Correct. We obviously think that, and obviously Vegas thinks that. But what I will say to start off, about, 6 weeks ago, or right after the last PLE, somebody in Discord had said, hey, Brock Lesnar's the heavy favorite in the match, and I obviously said it's going to level out and Roman will become the favorite. But though that is the time to get the best odds. So, you guys who watch Vegas and try to actually bet on it, get in it early. Like Hell in a Cell is coming up. As soon as WrestleMania ends, check the odds. That's a great time to get great odds on a championship match. But we already have another message that Matt already sent us in advance, and it comes to us from Miller from beautiful South Africa. What's up, Miller? How are you?
How's it, Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan? And may I put her name in my mouth? I didn't want to slap.
Yeah, hold on.
Hey, the missus.
Will Smith put it on Chris Rock.
We do not condone nor violence nor actions.
Hey, he rocked him. Hey, he wouldn't smack the Rock. He didn't smack August Alsina.
The way I see it is, these were actors acting. Let's continue.
Hey, is he going to be this man in August? I'm sorry. Keep going.
Miller here from the beautiful South Africa. It's been quite a while for me, and I'm back. So today, as you're reading this, it's my birthday.
Woo-woo.
I'm now officially in my dirty 30s.
Pause. Don't I say that all the time?
What?
I say I'm dirty 30. Don't I say that all the time?
That's hilarious.
That's an American quote, too, from South Africa. Let's keep going.
And going to celebrate it by doing a bungee jump of Blauwkrans bridge.
Oh my
Highest bungee in the world. And I think I'm more nervous and scared than WWE worrying about WrestleMania being a disaster. So, lovely listeners, think about me.
Please be safe, whatever you do.
Please do.
Yes, that's dangerous.
Life is precious.
It is.
I've missed a couple of Smackdown and Raw shows last week, but have watched the last week's shows, and I'm ready for WrestleMania. Loving the Kevin Owens promos in the KO show with Stone Cold is top of my list of excitement.
Yes.
There are a couple of matches I'm looking forward to, but many I probably would end up skipping. My predictions are Reigns beat Brock.
Vegas agrees with you.
I think the match will over-deliver. High expectations usually lead to big disappointments. Promoting it as biggest WrestleMania match ever probably won't be, but think we will be surprised. Will The Rock challenge Reigns afterwards?
Stay right there. The WWE podcast will return after this quick break.
Are you tired of paying for high-priced prescriptions? A new way has arrived to purchase medicine called Scripto.com. It's a membership-based company that saves you money by getting your prescriptions at cost. Go to Scripto.com, that's Scripto, SCRIPTO.com, to get more information on the membership fee, and you can even price your medicine to see how much you can save. Use code RX23, that's RX23, and get $30 off your initial membership fee. That's Scripto.com, SCRIPTCO.com, or call 888-201-0334 for information, and remember to use code RX23 for your membership discount. Scripto.com. Get your meds at cost with membership.
Welcome back to the WWE podcast. Let's get back to more great wrestling audio.
Now, this is what I'll say. Obviously, this won't be the best or the greatest WrestleMania match ever. That's BS. No. Will The Rock? That's a good question, babe. Do you think The Rock will come out? Now, this could go either way, you guys, and a lot of our predictions based off of this. We have to remember the Raw after WrestleMania is going to be a big one, full of returns. So you could see, and I know everybody's saying, but why would The Rock come out on Raw? Hey, we need ratings. And USA has been without their champion for like 6 weeks. So they need somebody to boost them to say, hey, this is for letting Brock basically live on SmackDown. I mean, it's crazy. But nevertheless, The Rock could come out 50-50. I think 50%. Well, no, 75%. No, what do you think? 50%?
Probably.
50%. The Rock comes out. Yes, Roman's going to reign and retain. Vegas agrees with you. Anything to add, my love?
No.
All right, let's keep moving.
Charlotte beats Ronda. Bayley or Asuka comes out.
Charlotte beating Asuka. Vegas disagrees with you. Miss Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you. Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan disagrees with you. And do you see Asuka, or I've heard Paige name float out there?
I see Bayley coming.
Bayley?
She's been gone for a
Now,
very long time.
Once again, do you think this could be a Raw after WrestleMania? To get a Bayley or Asuka is drafted to Raw, correct?
Most likely, yeah.
I mean, Paige is a free agent, and I think Bayley's on SmackDown, but they break that rule all the time. So, yes, we could see some returns. All right, let's keep going.
Omos beats Lashley.
Ooh,
I
almost
disagree.
beats Lashley. Vegas agrees with you on that, sir. Miss Casual Wrestling Fan disagrees, and Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan hasn't picked. But obviously, Omos is a great pick. Like, the guy's huge, and Bobby's the first guy to take him down in a year. Like, Lord have mercy. But I will say, out of anybody on the roster, I think Bobby had the best match with Omos as possible. Don't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's keep going.
Bel-Air beats Becky.
Ooh, Bel-Air's a favorite.
RK Bro wins with the Street Profits splitting and Montez Ford turning heel and going on singles run finally.
Ooh. Okay, pause. He said RK Bro wins, correct?
Yes.
Vegas agrees with you. Miss Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you.
Yes.
Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you. Now, I like the Street Profits dissolution. I mean, I didn't think about that, and nor do I want to see that because I like the Street Profits. I would just prefer to see them turn heel. But, I mean, to have Montez Ford turn on Angelo Dawkins, the only problem is Angelo's going to have nowhere to go. I mean, he's going to flounder. Montez Ford is going to be champion soon. I mean, Lord have mercy. And I'm sorry not to go quickly over Bianca Becky. Obviously, Bianca is the favorite, and obviously she's a great pick, and Miss Casual Wrestling Fan disagrees with you, and I agree with you, but we're going to find out on Saturday or Sunday, whichever night they put it on, correct?
Correct.
There it is. Let's keep going.
Intercontinental and U.S. title. Cricket.
Oh, Lord, yes.
Not on WrestleMania PLE? What the heck? Sorry. Celebrity matches. All celebrities win. Seth Rollins' opponent. Probably Cody Rhodes. But I would love one day Hall of Famer Undertaker's gong going off. Lights off. And in the ring is Undertaker. The one tombstone to Rollins and another win to Taker's tally. Just a fantasy thought. Other matches, not so interested. Besides seeing Sasha Banks just be there. Hope she loses and goes on a single run again. But she will probably win the tag titles. Mm-hmm. Will Corey Graves interfere and slowly come back as an in-ring competitor? Thanks to you all. Have an awesome and great WrestleMania week further.
Hey, I like it. Now about all he said, all the celebrities are favorites. All the celebrities are favorite or pick them. So you're not wrong. Now about the IC and the U.S. title not being featured on WrestleMania, that is crazy. I don't know what's wrong with WWE to have a WrestleMania and you don't have the U.S. and Intercontinental Championships being defended. That's crazy. You know, you got the Andre Battle Royal and you got everybody in that just to appease everybody. Like, that's ludicrous. What's wrong with WWE? Now, that's something I can rant about. You know, and I'm not a big ranter, you guys. Some of you guys think I am. I'm not. But I don't get that. And you build up. Remember, we had the Damian Priest and the Finn Balor, and I was looking forward to that feud, right?
Yes.
You know, that feud was getting real good, and I'm like, okay, I want to see it. And then what happens? Nothing. And then Sami Zayn pulls the belt off Ricochet, obviously because Sami Zayn's got to fight Johnny Knoxville, which I'm not mad at that, which makes me feel like Johnny Knoxville's going to win. Yeah. And obviously you don't want a celebrity to be your Intercontinental Champion. So I get him pulling the belt off of him, but then you have Ricochet, you put the belt on him, you give him another win over Sami Zayn, and then he loses to both Los Lostarios, who is a jobber in the tag team division. So now you make Ricochet look weak, Sami Zayn looks weak, Intercontinental Champion looks weak, everybody's weak. The mid-card is weak. SmackDown is weak. SmackDown is boring. Yeah. SmackDown for the past 2 weeks has been boring. Has it not?
It has.
It's been boring. Like, I watch it on Hulu. It's taken me 3 days to watch one SmackDown because it's been that boring. Roman Reigns comes in, the first 15 minutes is exciting. After that, it dies. Like, that's... Anyway, so thank you, Miller, from BU to full South Africa. And we want you to write in next week. Everybody wants you to write in. We're coming back. We're going to read your emails again. So guess what? We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it moving. We got another email already ready to go. And it comes from our primary care physician right here on the official WWE podcast, Wrestlemania Mailbag Takeover Show. None other than Dr. DBGB. Sorry, it was across the room, guys. All right, so we're going to read your letter in 3, 2, 1.
Once again, it is that time. The TakeOver family is back, so hello, Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling fan. I hope all is well with you guys and your family. That goes to the rest of the podcast family as well, except for Dennis the Menace. We're still having a feud. Now let's get down to business. This is the doctor of the official, unofficial WWE Podcast, Dr. BGB. Now I have a few points to make. I have to know, with Mania this weekend, what match are the both of you looking forward to the most, and why?
Come on. What do you think? I'm going to toss it to you.
The match that I'm looking forward to the most?
The most.
The most. I mean, that's kind of hard because I have one on each side.
Well, it's easy for me. Roman Brock. I'm here for that.
That's one side, but then I'm like Becky, Bianca.
I like that.
So it's like I want both. I can't choose between
I like both of those.
One man, one woman.
I'm ready to watch Roman smash Brock. Don't you want to see him get smashed?
Yes.
All right, so let's keep going. So that's what we're looking forward to.
Do you think WWE is trolling us with who Seth Rollins is going to have a match against? I hope it's Cody and not Shane. And my last question is, what is both of your favorite Raw after Mania moments? Mine is for sure Dolph Ziggler cashing in the Money in the Bank to win the World Heavyweight Championship. The pop was huge and it was just a good moment. Well, that's all I have to have. So until next time, I will see you all in the emergency room next week with the Dr. BGB. Have a blessed one, Casual Wrestling family.
Shout out to the doctor.
Yes.
He's going into surgery. I like that. Now, let's be honest. I know that they have set the rumor out that it's going to be Shane McMahon. But I will promise you, unless I'm not going to lie, unless some injury happened to Cody that we don't know about, there is no reason we should hear "Here Comes the Money" at WrestleMania.
Oh, I don't even like the song, let alone him.
I don't want to hear that song. I don't want to see him.
He's doing his job.
I don't. I'm not here for that. So if that's what they're going to give us, they can leave it. Now, I want Cody Rhodes. That's what I want. That's what I'm here for. Period. All right. So thank you, Dr. BGB. And about the WrestleMania, Raw after WrestleMania moment, we'll get back to you next week on that. We got to do Kuzmos. We're going to write these down. Hey, we're going to give you a good list. So now we're going to move on to Randy, the patron. Shout out to Randy.
Hi, Randy.
Woo, woo, woo. So we're going to go to your letter in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Casual Wrestling family. It's Randy, the patron. First, heard Shane is coming back and might fight Seth. I hope not. I do hope it's Cody because I believe that can be a great match. But who do you think wins?
Who do I think is coming back? Cody.
Yes.
Who do I think win? Cody. Who does Vegas say is going to win? Cody. Who does Miss Casual Wrestling fan say is going to win?
Seth Rollins.
So there you go. I don't want Shane. As I just said, I do not want to hear "Here Comes the Money." Do you, man? No, I do not want to see him do that little whip.
Please, no.
Stop
what
that dance.
What is that?
Yes.
That's not a dance.
No, it's not.
But let's continue.
Thank you. Let's keep moving.
Second, I want to know your take on the Austin and Kevin Owens segment. Do you think they actually will have a match?
No.
Now, if you're speaking match terms, no.
No.
I disagree.
It's going to be a brawl.
Yes.
They're going to come out. KO going to be a little smart prick. Stone Cold's going to let him know that he's not going to take that crap. And he's going to do all the nostalgia acts, the ahs and the hell yeahs. And I'm going to open up a can of whoop asses. And he's going to hit some stunners. He's going to drink some beer. He's going to pour some beer out. And we're going to take it home. Don't you think?
That's right.
There it is. Let's keep moving.
Third, I'm excited as heck for the Bobby Lashley and Omos match.
Me too.
Finally, someone knocked him down.
Yes.
How do you guys think this match will go down?
Uh-oh, here we go. Now, let's be honest. Omos. I keep doing it. I keep reading it, you guys. I'm sorry. It's O-M-O-S. How is that not almost? Anyway, Omos has not been took off his feet in a year. And it took a former 2-time world champion to do it. Now, I think that Omos will have the best match with Bobby because he can kind of match him strength for strength. So I do think that Bobby can give him a decent match because Omos isn't a good worker. I mean, he's green, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like, he's not experienced. So, but I do think that out of all Omos's matches, I think this will be one of his best matches. I think this will be a better match than he had with AJ, which I didn't like. But I think Bobby is more of a rougher, bigger wrestler who can kind of match style for style with him. Don't you agree? Mm-hmm. So get prepared for a good match, you guys. Let's keep going.
Third, I'm excited Last, who do you think is coming as far as surprises? I think Bayley, Lacey Evans comes back. Okay, one more thing. Acknowledge me, Randy the Patron. Got us.
Hey, I put a thing in the air for you, Randy the Patron. Okay, surprise is coming back. Lacey Evans, Bayley. Okay, we did hear about Lacey Evans and Bayley. I can see Bayley coming back, couldn't you?
Yeah.
I can see Bayley coming back. So what I will say is look forward to the Raw after WrestleMania. I don't know why, I just have a feeling like the Raw after WrestleMania is really going to be really good. So let's lock in, be prepared. WrestleMania, I just feel like it's kind of is going to be what it is. They got 14 matches. I don't see them adding no more matches. I don't, you really don't have time with 14 matches, even over 2 days, to really add in a whole bunch of surprises who's going to actually participate in matches. So, I do think that most of the surprises will come at the Raw after WrestleMania, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. So, we'll keep it going. We're going to go to the Pebble. Shout out to the Pebble. He's on Discord chat. Hey, he answered the question of the day right and got 500 bonus points. So shout out to the Pebble. If you don't know what I'm talking about, all you have to do is join Patreon for $1 and you can find out what I'm talking about right now. So we're going to move on to the Pebble right now. We're going to read his letter in 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys. Haven't written in for a while as I saw that you were getting super busy with so many messages to get through on the Mailbag show, but thought I would get in on the action this week as it's WrestleMania week and my main man, Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan, is hosting.
That's right.
Yeah.
Write in anytime we hear, come one, come all, write all your messages. Let's keep going.
Firstly, just wanted to say what an awesome job you and the missus do on your show. Matt is the OG, but I really look forward to hearing your guys take over the show this week before a premiere live event, pay-per-view. Especially as Mr. CWF, Casual Wrestling Fan, is some sort of psychic guru and is able to predict all the results. So let's hear it, boss. Who's taking the wins at the show of the Immortals?
Hey, you got to keep listening. I'm telling you as we go, sir. I can't give you all the sauce with no meat, so keep listening.
Now I wanted to make a personal address to the millions and millions of the Pebbles fans.
Come on.
And let them know that I will be officially challenging the snail slurping, beret wearing, beignet eating, Eiffel Tower climbing, French jabroni known as Alex from his WWE podcast, European Championship at WrestleMania. And to make this more interesting, let's make this a ladder match just so I can beat your French butt all over the state of Texas and climb that ladder and take what's rightfully mine in the most electrifying way possible. Ooh. If you smell what the Pebble is cooking.
Oh, did you hear that, Alex, the French guy? You just got called out by the Pebble for the official, unofficial WWE Podcast European Championship in a ladder match at WrestleMania. So guess what, sir? You got to write in next week and respond. Let's keep going. I like that call out, though.
Now that that's done, and I've guaranteed that I will become the people's champion at WrestleMania, I wanted to hear the Casual Wrestling Fan team's opinion on the lack of a mid-card title match at Mania. In the words of the Hurricane, what's up with that?
What's up with that?
I grew up in the Golden Attitude era, watching epic Intercontinental, U.S., and European title matches like the classics between Benoit and Jericho, RVD versus Guerrero, and even Randy versus Mick Foley. I don't understand how these belts aren't even featuring on the show. The Intercontinental title was my favorite as a kid, and they've made it seem meaningless. It's so disappointing. I'm actually rooting for the unification of the brands just so they can increase competition for the Intercontinental and the U.S. titles and make them more important. You could have some epic battles for them and involve all the superstars who aren't shooting for the top belt. Imagine how cool a ladder match between Nakamura, Shelton, Benjamin, Ricochet, McIntyre, Sheamus, Kofi, sorry Matt, and Sami Zayn would have been, for example. I feel like I've missed a real trick here. Instead, we're watching the dude from Jackass, who isn't even a wrestler, compete on what's supposed to be the showcase of the best. It boggles the mind, fam. Sorry, that's British slang for it's straight up messed up.
Straight up messed up. I'll say this. I totally agree with you. To not have the U.S. belt or the Intercontinental Championship featured on WrestleMania, that is ludicrous. As I said earlier, you had Finn Balor pull it off of Damian Priest. You push Finn Balor, everybody's happy. They do this looks like it's going to be a good feud, and you don't put it on WrestleMania. And then you have Ricochet pull it off Sami Zayn, make Sami Zayn a transitional champion, just to have Ricochet lose to Los Lotharios, who are jobbers in the tag team division. So as I said earlier, Ricochet's weak, Sami Zayn's weak because he's going to lose to Johnny Knoxville, who's favored to win, who I think is going to win, who Miss Casual Wrestling fan thinks is going to win. So that's bad for your mid card. So right now, and then Finn Balor, ain't that the first person he's beat? He's beat Austin Theory. He's beat Damian Priest. That's it. And I mean, he beat Damian Priest for the belt. That's it. So he's not even elevated right now. They're in trouble. You know, they need to elevate their mid-card belts. Enough of my rant. Let's keep going. I'm so sorry, you guys.
On the topic of ladder matches, I don't understand how the RK Bro Alpha Academy Street Profits match isn't a TLC match. One of my all-time favorite Mania matches was the TLC match between the Hardys, Dudleys, Edge, and Christian. There's a real lack of stipulation style of match this year. We need some variety. WWE needs to give us a steel cage match or something, for heaven's sake. I do hope RK Bro wins, though. I know Matt is advocating a breakup for these guys, but they're my favorite tag team since the Attitude Era, and I hope they stay together for a while, or at least until Randy is ready to break the record for the most heavyweight championship wins. Apologies, Mr. Casual Wrestling fan. I know you're not a Randy guy, but after The Rock, he's my number one. He's been through it all and has always stood strong. If anyone deserves to break that record, it's him. Hashtag Team RK.
Paul. See the Pebble. I was with you up until you started talking about Randy Orton breaking the greatest record of all time, held by the greatest wrestler of all time. And I'm not talking John Cena because he ain't the GOAT. It's Ric Flair. No, I don't think no wrestler walking this earth outside of Roman Reigns in a few years should break Ric Flair's record. I'm sorry. I can't co-sign with that. And I like Randy. I like his body of work. I didn't like him prior to now, you know. But now as far as WrestleMania not having any, you know, gimmick matches, the TLC matches, I agree. The RK Bro Street Profits Alpha Academy match will be a great TLC match. And it does take you back to that Attitude Era. You know, that's what started great tag team wrestling again. And I agree. We need a steel cage match. We need a Extreme Rules match, a TLC match. You know, I want to see it all. Let's WrestleMania. Give me everything. I need something for the kids. I need something for the hardcore fans and the casual fans. I need it all. Don't you?
Yes. And
I like entertainment. Now, not to get ranted on, I like celebrities. I'm sorry. I'm a bad guy. I like when celebrities come in and wrestle. Let's keep going.
Thanks for taking the time to read out my super long message. I appreciate it, you guys. Do a great job, and it really keeps me sane throughout the week. I appreciate you, and God bless. Final shout out to ADM for the podcast about Triple H the other day. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was a great testament to one of the all-time greats. Sorry, guys. Enjoy WrestleMania, guys. Thanks for making it that much better for all of us Patreon, and for those who aren't on, get yourself on. If not the epic chats on Discord, and if not for the amazing ad-free content, do it just to listen to the Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan Takeover just before an event. God bless them. The Pebble. Next European champ for give.
Yeah, we can't say that. I'm sorry. Good luck. But nevertheless, shout out to the Pebble.
Yes.
Shout out to Anthony DeMarco. Thanks for writing in. We like taking over, don't you?
We do. We love it.
It's fun for us. You know, I really love this. It's fun.
It's amazing. We appreciate it, Matt.
Hey, we do appreciate it. All right, let's keep going. Shout out to the Pebble. He laid the smack down, didn't he?
Yes.
Hey, Alex, the French guy, you've been put on notice. What else can we say? What else can we say, bro?
I have no idea.
Put on notice. All right, now we got one here from Matt. Let me see here. And ironically, it's from Alex, the French guy. So shout out to Alex, the French guy. He is your current official, unofficial WWE European champion. So let's give him his time in 3, 2, 1.
For the mailbag. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan. Your official WWE podcast European champion, Alex Prince here.
AKA the French guy.
What is your favorite match on the WrestleMania card? And your least favorite one? Outside of that, just wanted to ask if we can join the vocal during the show on the Discord server, as requested last week. Enjoy WrestleMania!
Hey, shout out to Alex, the French guy. Now,
thank you, Alex.
Now, about the vocal, hopefully Matt will speak on that on the voicemail side of this. Now, as far as our favorite match, now we can handle that. Now, what's your favorite match you got on the card, babe? What is the match you're looking forward to the most?
The most? Becky.
Yes. Becky.
And Bianca.
So that's what it is.
That's the most interesting, yes.
I'm here for the Roman. I want to see the Roman, the Brock. I want to see Brock get smashed. You know, I'm mad we didn't get to see MSG live. I want to see him get smashed, don't you?
Yes, that would be great.
A good smashing. Uh-oh, you know that sound. That means we got another message.
Yay.
All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it for... Hey, this is the first time we done had, because Matt had so many for us lit up quickly, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. And this one comes from Fat Matt. Shout out to Fat Matt. Hey, he's in Discord as well. And guess what? If you want to get in the Discord chat, all you got to do is pay $1 and join Patreon. It's so easy, no ads, and plenty of people to talk to during PLEs. So we're going to keep it going with your guy, Fat Matt, in 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, hope everyone is doing well as the excitement for WrestleMania is coming to a head.
Whoop, whoop.
I am a new listener and member and really appreciate how welcoming everyone that has been in the chat. I guess you could say I'm a casual wrestling fan. I go through periods where it's all I watch and then I get tired of it, wait a few years, and start to cycle all over again. I really think it's going to stick this time because I have a new appreciation for the business.
Well, we want to say go ahead and start off by saying welcome, right?
Welcome.
Welcome, Fat Man. And we're here as a community and as a family. And we're here for you. So, welcome to our community. Welcome to our family. Hey, and if you keep being a cool guy, you can join the casual wrestling crew. But let's keep going.
I've really enjoyed NXT, and most of all seeing kids that are hungry and trying to get started, and veterans working hard to put them over. I have a crazy WrestleMania prediction for more like a fantasy, LOL.
Okay.
I would love to see during the Roman Brock match go crazy, where they just beat the crap out of each other, and then the Usos try to get involved, only to hear the roar of 2 Harleys come down the ramp with Stone Cold and Taker on them, coming to the aid of Brock. That's just something I would like to see. I hope everyone has a fantastic and safe WrestleMania weekend. I will be listening to the podcast and looking forward to seeing you guys in the chat. Best wishes for Matt. Best wishes, Fat Matt.
Shout out to Fat Matt. Let me tell you this real quick, guys. Did you hear what he said?
Yes.
I can picture that. I like that. And I'm going to tell you something, Fat Matt. If they were to do that, that would be probably the number one WrestleMania moment you ever seen in your life.
Really?
If you seen Stone Cold and The Undertaker on Harleys coming down WrestleMania in Texas to come save Brock Lesnar from an ass whooping from Roman Reigns, it's over.
It's over.
It's completely done.
That's it.
I love it. Don't you love it?
I love it.
I love it. So Fat Matt, that's a great fantasy book, and if that were to happen, I promise that will be the number one trending topic in history. But we're going to keep it going here. And this is coming from, I'm going to use DJ Kuzmo saying, none other than Uncle Chris. Woo, shout out to Uncle Chris.
Hi.
You done heard of Uncle Sam here in America, but guess what? Straight from Switzerland, it's Uncle Quits. So let's keep going in 3, 2, 1.
Hey there, you two. Future Hall of Coolness of the WWE podcast.
Hey.
I'm here again to listen to your two handsome voices. In Switzerland, we say Rousey. What can spell out like... Sorry, I can't pronounce Rousey. Hope you two doing well so far. I'm still pretty busy with wife, kid, job, podcast, live streaming on Twitch, and that stuff. And having hobbies like enjoying nature.
Hey, it gets real busy as a wrestling fan, doesn't it, my love?
Yes, it does.
You understand, because we do soccer, and Lord, we do soccer almost 5 days a week, it seems like, doesn't it?
It does seem
like
that.
I work full-time, my wife take care of our house full-time, and our kids full-time, and then wrestling full-time, and then the kids like wrestling, and yeah.
And kids' homework.
Yes, and kids' homework. And then we're right now for you guys, it's 10:30 Central Standard Time, and I have to go to work, and I get up at like 4:45, and so does my wife, because she got to get the kids up. So guess what? We totally understand.
We're committed to this.
And Matt does this 24/7. So
he does.
We feel for poor Matt.
We do.
But let's keep going.
For today, I have some predictions to make for WrestleMania, but I will talk only about the, to me, most important matches.
Okay.
Let's begin with night one.
We'll go one by one. Let's go.
Raw Women's Championship match.
All right.
Winner for me is Becky Lynch as a fan, because she is on a wild run now. And what you thoughts about Becky being the babyface after WrestleMania? Yeah, Bianca cut Becky's hair in kind of self-defense, but a real face would still not cut the hair of Becky. She would knock her out and leave her in the ring.
Man, okay, Paul. So now I'm going to say this. Vegas disagrees with you. Vegas says that Bianca will win the belt. Miss Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you.
I do.
And Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan disagrees with you.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say, I'm not going to say the quote-unquote a real face wouldn't cut Becky Lynch's hair. I mean,
Right.
If we ask Stone Cold, a real face give somebody stunners and beer baths and so I mean to compare and say a real face wouldn't cut hair. I get what you're meaning, but I mean let's be honest here. But I do think Becky has a great chance to retain. I will say that. But I will say this is the first time that Becky has been the underdog since she's been champion. So that's really weighing heavy on my pick here. But let's keep going.
From a booking standpoint, if Bianca stays babyface, she may win against Becky, but I feel like it's not the time. They could build some great title run again in the women's division with her, like they do with Roman Reigns.
Stay right there. The WWE podcast will return after this quick break.
Are you tired of paying for high-priced prescriptions? A new way has arrived to purchase medicine called Scripto.com. It's a membership-based company that saves you money by getting your prescriptions at cost. Go to Scripto.com, that's Scripto, Scripto.com, to get more information on the membership fee, and you can even price your medicine to see how much you can save. Use code RX23, that's RX23, and get $30 off your initial membership fee. That's Scripto.com, SCRIPTCO.com, or call 888-201-0334 for information, and remember to use code RX23 for your membership discount. Scripto.com. Get your meds at cost with membership.
Welcome back to the WWE Podcast. Let's get back to more great wrestling audio.
Seth Rollins versus...
Let me just say, I don't like Becky like that.
Okay, we know.
I know you like
Seth Rollins versus Shane. Vince McMahon's choosing. Well, here in Switzerland, we have rumors that it could be a bad thing for the crowd. Shane is back.
Oh, God.
But is he the one who wrestles Rollins?
No.
All expecting now a guy like Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
But what if it's better now? Do what all are expecting, or bring someone else? No matter who comes in, I wish Seth wins. He is the kind of the best of promos now, at least top 3.
Well, let me just say this, sir. Vegas disagrees with you. They say the mystery opponent, no matter who it is, will win. I agree. I'm predicting that the mystery opponent is Cody Rhodes. I think the Shane McMahon thing is just conjecture. And you think that Seth will win, right?
Yes, I do.
Hey, she said Seth freaking Rollins is going to freaking roll at WrestleMania. So, let's keep going.
Smackdown Women's Championship. I have to agree with Matt. Ronda is the baddest babyface in the century of the women. At least for me. She is so lifeless now, and like she is really just in for a paycheck. I hope for the fans it turns at least being a great match, but Charlotte must win this. For all the women, if stars like Ronda come in, it does not have to be for a title all the time.
Now, I say this. Vegas disagrees with you. Vegas says that Ronda's going to win. She's a pretty sizable favorite here. I think Ronda's going to win as well. Miss Casual Wrestling Fan thinks Miss Charlotte Flair, the Queen, is going to win.
I do.
Now, I'll say this. I totally agree with you. Ronda Rousey sucks as a face.
She does.
And I think
she's not very good at it.
You know, I give people a chance. I'm a big person to say, hey, give people a chance. She hasn't showed me much. Like, Charlotte has carried her in this rivalry. If this wasn't Charlotte Flair, if you put over anybody else, this would be dead. Because you got Charlotte Flair is interesting.
Right.
So, yes, I agree Charlotte should win. But Charlotte most likely will not win. But let's keep going.
Stone Cold segment. What?
What?
Too bad Owens got only one great promo time to build around this match. Of course, it will be kind of a great brawl. I wish that, and after this, Stone Cold will decide if he goes for another run or leave it. So let's just enjoy every stunner and having a great time. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I'll just take some stunners, won't you, bud?
Yeah.
That'll satisfy me. It don't have to be a match. It don't have to be nothing like that. Just give me a few stunners, right?
Right.
A couple middle fingers, some beer. Just bring me back nostalgic one time. Let's keep going.
Day 2. Raw Tag Team titles. The winner here has to be RK Bro. If not, we'll all know this time we'll break up. And if they win, maybe begin Riddle slow and nice heel turn. Much, much more interesting. For a wrestling perspective, this match will be with AJ, Edge match, and Roman Rollins. The best of the entire WrestleMania.
I agree. He said, "Okay, bro, right?"
Yes.
Vegas agrees with you, and Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you. So
Yes.
guess what? That is a lock, sir. So that match is pretty much a lock, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bro, should retain. I like RK Bro. I don't want to see him to break up in another person that wrote in said the same thing. I agree with you. I'm not like Matt. I don't want to see him break up. I want to. I'm okay with him going another year.
Right.
It's working. So let's keep him working. All right, let's keep going.
Edge versus AJ Styles.
Ooh.
This will be a classic. I predict a match we talk about in years to come. The build was maybe not as good, but the match will overshine everything. A real classic wrestling match will appear. Winner, AJ Styles.
AJ
I disagreed.
Styles. So we got AJ Styles. Guess what? Vegas agrees with you, sir. Las Vegas says AJ Styles. Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling fan, who do we think? We think, at least
Edge.
I think. Oh, you do too? Edge.
I'm not an Edge fan whatsoever, but I do think he's got a really good chance of getting the crown.
And guess what? For all you people listening, Mr. Casual Wrestling fan is an Edge fan now.
Oh, no.
That's right.
He's a traitor, guys.
Call me what you like. If a wrestler changes their gimmick and it affects me, I'm not going to hold against you what I didn't like. He changed his gimmick. I love it. He's going to judge people. I'm here for that. I love the music. I love the entrance. I love everything. Let's keep going. Shout out to Edge.
Match for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship.
Let's go.
Yeah, a bit. It feels like a fish. I'm sorry, guys. I am sure these two respect each other behind the scenes. Roman must win this. To build a great new babyface to come, it is not Lesnar's time anymore. This should also be his last title match in the WWE. Reigns works awesome. He had so much energy in his character. To me, it's a must appear a new star after WrestleMania for Roman's title. But I'm afraid The Rock will do this. But why for the title and why for WrestleMania? Imagine this after WrestleMania. Superstar X, we don't know who it is, has a feud against Reigns at SummerSlam or after, and loses close, kind of like Cesaro. But instead of giving up, he tells to himself he will search a person who was very close to beat Reigns. He is sure he can help to victory. So he is driving to. How do you say the word?
Saskatchewan.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Saskatchewan.
guys.
Sorry, guys. I didn't want to mess it up. And find Lesnar's farm. He asking people if Lesnar is here. He must talk to him. And a few segments later, Lesnar appears in a scene and confronts this guy. What the heck are you doing here? Who are you? The guy explains himself and tells Lesnar he needs his help to beat Roman Reigns for the title. And now he says wrong words to Lesnar like, I know you have maybe a plan. You lost to him, but it was so close, or something. Lesnar gets fury and F5s him and leaves him on the floor, laying. Say to him, go home, kid. A week later or so, or two, you see this guy again searching Lesnar, and someone tells him he is in a bar down the road. After he is driving there and finding Lesnar, Brock feels angry. What does this kid want from me? And they begin a kind of bar fight. But this kid is surprisingly Lesnar. Maybe nearly knocks him out. Lesnar wins the big bar fight, but the kid stands up. Kind of like Jeff Hardy against the Undertaker in the ladder match, and saying you did not break Brock Lesnar. Reigns didn't either. And instead of destroy the kid, he reached his hand and said to him, I think you really got what it takes to do it, kid. And over the months, we see how he practiced with Lesnar. And at WrestleMania 39, we have the young kid, Brock Lesnar, versus Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman. How's that sound? Thanks for reading, and I wish all the great WrestleMania weekend. Talk to you next time Uncle Chris.
Uncle Chris.
Thank you, Uncle Chris.
Now I'm going to say this. If they don't do The Rock, because I want to see The Rock Roman. I'm here for that. If they do that WrestleMania 39 in LA, I'm here for that. But if they don't do that, what you just read and just wrote in, I like that. That's a good story. That's a good way to build up a small up-and-coming star who done got smashed by Roman to help him try to get his win back. I like that. I do agree that it should be a built-up star to take it from Roman. Yeah. It shouldn't be somebody already established. You know, we already have all these established stars, and, you know, you need to move on to somebody new. Now, I don't like Braun Breaker at all.
No.
So I don't want it to be that guy. But guess what? We'll take it how we can get it, correct?
Exactly.
So we're going to move on now to one of the favorites of the show. He normally voicemails in, but today he didn't. It's Memphis Mark. So
hi, Memphis Mark.
Shout out to Memphis Mark. So we're going to read your letter down there from, he's by Graceland if he's Memphis Mark, right?
Yes, sir.
There it is. So
home of the king.
Hey, shout out to him. We're going to read your letter in 3, 2, 1.
Memphis Mark here from Parts Unknown this week. Raw. Number 1. Brock had several bosses scared with that lead in promo. 2. Finally, maybe something with Omos facing Lashley at Mania.
Best thing for Omos ever.
3. Poor Finn dealing with half-ass writing.
Sucks.
4. Becky wanted a haircut and got paid for it.
She did.
Peace and love. I'm out.
Memphis Mark, get your pet spayed and neutered. I want to say one thing because you made up a good point. Becky wanted a haircut and got paid for it. I'm going to be honest, you guys. I watched it. I think Bianca went to beauty school. She laid that girl's hair. I mean, when she was cutting her hair after she got done, I didn't see nothing wrong with her hair. No. I didn't see no patches. I seen nice layers. It looked layered. It looked nice. I mean, she could have left right then and now and went out to dinner and I looked like her hair just got cut by an opponent that wanted malicious intent to her.
Who doesn't like her, yeah.
Yeah, so like, no, I don't, no. But thanks so much for writing in, Memphis Mark. You know, get your pet spayed and neutered. And we're going to keep it moving. We got somebody else. Let's see who else. We're going to none other than New York Kyle. Shout out to New York Kyle. So we you know, New York Kyle, you part of the TakeOver crew. So we're going to have fun with this one. We're going to read your letter in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Casual Wrestling family. It's New York Kyle back again for WrestleMania weekend, baby.
Woo!
I just got a new job that makes me work weekends, so I was so scared I wouldn't be able to watch WrestleMania live. But luckily, I was able to take off those 2 days, so now I can watch. The most stupendous two-night WrestleMania in history, which means I can also watch NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver earlier Saturday afternoon. What a great day to be alive and the best time to be a wrestling fan. So here are my WrestleMania predictions real quick, and then I have a little game for you guys, and all the listeners and Matt can play along with it too. But I'll get to that. So here's night 1. Smackdown Tag Team Champions. The Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. I think the Usos retain, but Nakamura and Boogs win them in a rematch at Backlash and not WrestleMania Backlash.
Vegas agrees with you. Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you. The Bloodline will stand tall at WrestleMania 38.
Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. I think Drew McIntyre wins. And maybe Corbin and Madcap Moss break up. Seth Rollins versus an opponent of Vince McMahon's choosing, which I think will be Cody Rhodes.
On the Drew McIntyre, just to let you know, Vegas agrees with you. Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you. And I'm pretty sure that Drew McIntyre is a strong lock for that match to win. So, continue.
Seth Rollins versus an opponent of Vince McMahon's choosing, which I think will be Cody Rhodes, who will win, but I hope Seth Rollins wins. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Sorry, guys.
And Vegas agrees with you. Whoever the mystery opponent is will win the match, says Vegas. I agree with that settlement. Miss Casual Wrestling fan thinks Seth Rollins is going to win. And I think your Mr. Opponent will be Cody Rhodes. Let's continue. Not Shane McMahon.
Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland. I think Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods unfortunately win to avenge Big E.
Vegas disagrees with you. Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling fan disagrees with you. But the New Day is always a great pick at WrestleMania. Remember what he said? New year, new day.
Yeah.
So, hey, New Day can always win a match. Keep going.
Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz and Logan Paul. I think the Mysterios will win.
It's a pick'em, so I think Logan Paul and The Miz. Now, I know everybody's scared of The Miz. It's pick'em, so that means it's even odds. I'm going Logan Paul and The Miz. Miss Casual Wrestling fans going to Mysterios. So, hey, anybody's match. Let's keep going.
All right. The Kevin Owens show with Stone Cold Steve Austin, I think will be a brawl and will set up a match for night 2.
That's something to think about. I don't think it's going to set up a match. Because if it's a match for night 2, there's no way that can main event.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, Stone Cold would have to be the main event.
Yeah.
But Roman Reigns is going to be the main event.
Yeah.
All right, keep going. But we do like what you said, just to say that would be great if that could happen.
Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belaire. I think Bianca Belaire wins the Raw Women's Championship. SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair versus... I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Vegas agrees with you. Bianca Belaire will win the match. Mr. Casual Wrestling fans agrees with you that Bianca Belaire will win. But Miss Casual Wrestling fan thinks that Becky Big Time Lynch will retain. And I think, like I said, either pick's a good pitch, but Bianca should win. She deserves to win. So let's go.
Women's Champion Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. I think Ronda Rousey wins the SmackDown Women's Championship, but I hope she doesn't and would just get released and never come back instead.
I'm glad you know, sir, how to pick a match. And yes, Ronda Rousey is the favorite. Mr. Casual Wrestling fan, pick Ronda Rousey. Miss Casual Wrestling fan, pick the queen. And Ronda, unfortunately, is a great pick, right?
Yes.
So, hey, great pick, sir, even though you don't like her. Keep going.
Now on to night 2. Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory.
Pat Mac.
I think Pat McAfee is going to win.
There it is. Pat Mac for the win. Once again, it's a pick'em. But Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling fan pick Austin Theory, and Vegas agrees with you for Pat Mac. But it's a pick'em, so it don't matter.
Bobby Lashley versus Omos. I think Bobby Lashley will give Omos his first singles loss.
Ooh. So he said Omos gonna lose. Mm-hmm. Oh, Vegas disagrees with you, sir. Miss Casual Wrestling fan agrees with you.
I do, actually.
And I'm still haven't picked yet. So, hey, a great pick, though. I totally agree. It's going to be a great match, and it will be a spectacle to see. So let's keep going.
Raw Tag Team Champions RK Bro versus the Street Profit versus Alpha Academy. I think RK Bro retained to get a WrestleMania moment together.
RK Bro. Mr. Casual Wrestling fan agrees with you. Miss Casual Wrestling fan agrees with you. And Vegas agrees with you. And as we said earlier, that seems like that's unlocked. So, that's the safe bet, RK Bro. I'm pretty sure they will retain. So, great pick again, New York Cow.
Wonderful.
Let's keep going.
Women's Tag Team Champions, Carmella and Queen Zelina versus Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Rhea Ripley and Liv versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler. I think Sasha Banks and Naomi win the Women's Tag Team Championship so Sasha can finally get her first WrestleMania win. Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn
Sorry again. Vegas agrees with you. Naomi and Sasha should win the match. Mr. Casual Wrestling fan agrees with you. Miss Casual Wrestling fan feels that Zelina and Carmella will retain. And I think it'll be a pretty good match. Let's keep going.
Where was that at again?
It was after the women's tag team match. Shayna Baszler and them.
Okay, yep. First WrestleMania win, Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn in Anything Goes match. I think Johnny Knoxville, unfortunately, wins.
Unfortunately, we like Johnny Knoxville. When Johnny Knoxville is the favorite, great pick. I think Johnny Knoxville's going to win. Miss Cass Wrestling fan thinks Johnny Knoxville's going to win. And guess what? I'm going to laugh during the whole match because Sami Zayn's going to get what he deserves. And guess what? He want to play the heel, but I'm going to treat you like the heel.
That's right.
I'm going to boo you. And I hope Johnny Knoxville give him some. Keep going.
AJ Styles versus Edge.
Uh-oh.
The match I'm probably most excited for on night 2,
Right.
other than Roman versus Brock. I think Edge wins since he can get a big win on his new awesome heel character.
Uh-oh. Vegas, who you say, Edge wins? Vegas disagrees with you, but guess what? Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you, sir. I think Edge will get the win. He deserves to win. New character, new gimmick. And, it's red hot. Get a man a chance. So I think Edge will get the win. So we agree with you, sir. Let's keep going.
And finally, our main event, Universal Champion Roman Reigns versus WWE Champion Brock Lesnar.
Come on, New York
Winner
Kyle.
takes all.
Yes.
Unification match. I think Roman Reigns wins to further evolve his epic Tribal Chief character.
Yes. Roman reigns and retains and unifies the belts. Totally agree with you. Acknowledge him. Put your ones in the air. Roman Reigns. Let's keep going.
So here's the game I have planned.
Oh, we playing games.
And nobody cheat or Google these.
Uh-oh.
If you do, I will come to your house and break in like Triple H did to Randy Orton that one time.
Or like
We're going to have a WrestleMania quiz.
Or like Stone Cold did to keep going. Sorry.
I have 10 questions. I'm going to write them in this email and then I will give the answers on the next week's mailbag. So here's the questions. 1. Which man is the only superstar to cash in his Money in the Bank contract at WrestleMania?
Seth Rollins.
Miz, Dolph, Edge, or Seth Rollins?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. True or false? Chavo Guerrero's loss to Kane at WrestleMania 24 was the shortest match in WrestleMania history at 11 seconds.
False. Next.
True or false? Daniel Bryan has won or defended a championship at every WrestleMania in which he has competed.
False. Next.
True or false? Ozzy Osbourne acted as a manager for the Headbangers at WrestleMania 13. Yeah, that's probably true.
I don't know, but true. Yeah. True.
How many times has The Undertaker fought Triple H at WrestleMania?
3 or 4. What's the number? You got any options?
Is it none?
Nah, they don't fought before.
You sure?
They got any options?
Oh, yeah, we do have options.
Yeah,
Here we
3
go.
or 4. I just can't remember how
1,
many.
2, 3, or 4.
Ah, well. All right, give me 4. I'm going to go for... No, hold on.
Give me 2.
Give me 3. No, 3. No, it's 3 or 4, so give me 3. I'm going to take the short number. 3.
This is Roman Reigns' WrestleMania main event. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean 6.
Ain't it
7.
6?
Yeah.
Is it 6, 7, 5, 6? Give me 6. That's
6
a
to
guess.
6.
I can't remember, you guys. It's 11 o'clock where we at.
Yeah. What is Seth Rollins' WrestleMania win-loss record? A, 5-4. B, 6-3. 7-7-4. C, 7-4. D, 6-5.
5-4.
Okay.
Then that's just a guess, guys.
True or false? The only WrestleMania casket match The Undertaker ever competed in was against Mark Henry at WrestleMania 22. False.
The only one he competed in?
Yeah, that's false.
That's gotta be true. Undertaker didn't. You said casket?
Yeah.
Nah. False. What did it say? Read the question again. I'm sorry.
The only WrestleMania casket match
Oh.
The Undertaker ever competed in was
At
against
WrestleMania.
Mark Henry at WrestleMania.
True. No.
I said false.
Hold on. Was that at WrestleMania? Was Undertaker? Nah, Undertaker Shine wasn't at Wrestle. That was. So yeah, I'm gonna say true. You know, I guess.
All right.
Is that it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. Who said the following at WrestleMania 30? This is your destiny. You hear me? This is your destiny.
Oh God.
Bray Wyatt, Paul Heyman, Stephanie McMahon, or The Rock?
At what WrestleMania 30?
That sounds like Steph.
Oh man, see this ain't fair. Yeah, it do sound like Steph. Give me Steph. Next.
What was the main event of WrestleMania 1? A.
Oh God.
Hulk Hogan versus Mr. T versus Paul Orndorff and Roddy Piper. B. Hulk Hogan versus Roddy Piper. Or C. Mr. T vs. Paul Orndorff. Or D. Hulk Hogan versus The Undertaker.
Well, we know it wasn't D.
Right.
I mean, Lord have mercy. Give me. I don't think it was B. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know. So give me B. Give me B. And we'll wrap it up.
Okay, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed my quiz that I just Googled because I suck at creating original day ideas. I hope you guys enjoyed the most stupendous two-night WrestleMania in history. And I will talk to you all next week.
Hey, shout out to New York Kyle. Thank you for writing in again, New York Kyle. We appreciate every time you guys write into us on the show.
We love it. Thank you so much.
And hey, we got some more messages. So we thank you guys for writing into the show. We do the show because of you guys. Matt lets us do the show because of you guys. And we're going to keep going to the next message, which comes to us from, let's see here, Kyle from Detroit, Michigan.
Hi, Kyle.
Hold on, we got a Kyle from Baltimore, a Kyle from New York, and a Kyle from Detroit. Okay, I like it. So guess what? Kyle from Detroit, shout out to you.
Hi.
We're going to read your message right now.
Yes.
In 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. This is Kyle from Detroit, Michigan.
Come on.
Shout out to the Steiner brothers.
Woo.
And hello, Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling fan. What an honor it is to be writing into your TakeOver show for the first time. You two are always very entertaining, informative, and respectful of everyone's comments. Thank you for the great work you do. I'm sure everyone will be sending in their predictions for all the WrestleMania matchups, but I'm not going to do that. I'll leave that up to you experts. Instead, here are a few of my thoughts and hopes for WrestleMania.
Okay.
First, we the ones.
We the ones.
I can't wait to see Roman take both titles and unify them together.
Come on.
Into one world championship to prove once again to the entire world that Roman is your tribal chief and you're head of the table and you should acknowledge him.
Acknowledge him. Put your ones in the
Bye,
air.
Brock.
Yes.
It's time to put on the chairs. That's an old cowboy.
Bury the beast.
Second, I can't wait for Charlotte to defeat Ronda and send her packing with Brock. She just isn't entertaining or believable to me at all. I know Ronda has got a lot of star power, but she's struggling to convince me that she wants to be a professional wrestler and wants to be here. She no longer feels like the baddest woman on the planet, and she seems more interested in getting back to her new child. So let's grant her wish. Sorry, Ronda fans, but not sorry.
And see, I'm going to be honest right now, you guys. You know, we're starting to get multiple fans who feel the same way. And when you get multiple people who feel in the same way, that means that there's a problem. You know, WWE has a problem casting Ronda in a way to make her feel authentic to fans. All fans feel like, oh, she's ready to go to the next one. Oh, she's just getting a paycheck. Oh, she's just going through the motions. She needs to fix her attitude and the issues that she's doing right now. If it wasn't for Charlotte Flair, would nobody even care about this? People care because of Charlotte. And I hope Vince McMahon's got the sense to say, hey, I cannot put my belt on Ronda because the fans are going to turn and it's going to be the worst decision of your life. Just keep the belt on Charlotte. But guess what? I'm pretty sure they're going to put it on Ronda. But let's keep going. I'm sorry.
Third, I am absolutely dumbfounded by the fact that there are no matches for the U.S. Championship or the Intercontinental Championship.
Exactly.
Do these titles mean nothing to WWE? How do you not have all your championship titles being represented on the biggest WrestleMania show ever?
The most stupendous.
In fact, the actual champs themselves aren't even going to be a part of the WrestleMania. How does that even happen? You couldn't even put them in a non-title match at WrestleMania. I know there is always the Andre the Giant Royal, but that is the day before WrestleMania. And we can all agree that that is simply an exposition and no way a real match. So disappointing for all the Finn Balor and Ricochet fans, which includes me.
I totally agree. I mean, to have the as I said earlier, and I hate to, rehash, but just so you understand our position, I really hate what they're doing to the U.S. and Intercontinental Championship. They're really downgrading the belts and they're not putting them on WrestleMania, the Super Bowl of Super Bowls, the most stupendous night of all, 2 matches in the world. That's crazy to not put 2 belts on the card.
Yeah.
And as I said earlier, I'm not going to rehash, but you're making your champions look weak. Finn Balor doesn't have a program, even though he started one with Damian Priest. You got Ricochet, who took the belt off of Sami, who was a transitional champion, just to lose to Los Lotharios, who are both jobbers in the tag team division,
right,
which makes Ricochet looks weak. That's a problem. So WWE needs to fix that, just like they need to fix Ronda. So, once again, I'm not going to hash this out. Let's keep moving. Back to your letter.
I'm so excited to see what Edge and AJ come up with for their match.
Yes.
Both are so creative and tell such good stories with their in-ring psychology. 2 veteran wrestlers that know how to put on a show.
Hey, Edge and AJ should have. I'm pretty sure they're going to burn it down.
I agree.
They're going to burn it down. They're going to have a great match, and we just need to buckle up. Now, I want to see Edge win. I mean, I hate to say it, AJ needs to lay down for my boy Edge. Edge needs to win. Edge been doing a lot of giving back lately. Yeah. It's time for Edge to get some. So give Edge the win.
Great to see Bobby Lashley getting a match at WrestleMania. I miss seeing him in the title picture, though. He seems like the correct opponent to finally bring Omos down. Get him, Bobby. You're the almighty.
I totally agree. I mean, Bobby Lashley... Everybody's behind Bobby. You know what's so funny? Did they have to do anything to turn Bobby face? They ain't have to do nothing to turn Bobby face. He got hurt. He comes back, no MVP, one-on-one with Omos, and guess what? He's face all of a sudden. Now, I hate it because I love MVP. Now, me and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan talked briefly about this. I would love for MVP to trade and go to Omos. I mean, that would be a great turn. Miss Casual Wrestling Fan said that, and it makes a lot of sense for MVP to come out, turn on Bobby, and then go to work with Omos, which will elevate Omos because he needs a manager and somebody to talk for him, and MVP can swindle anybody. So that would be a great one, but I want to see MVP stay with Bobby. That's just me personally. But let's keep going, sir.
6. What did Vince McMahon mean when he told Seth that he deserves his own main event at WrestleMania? His match with Cody won't be the last match on either Saturday night or Sunday night, will it? I'm confused by his phrasing of his own main event. Any insight on this?
Obviously, Vince McMahon was just stroking Seth Rollins' ego, but I agree, they shouldn't use wording like that, when you're talking about WrestleMania. Number one, it can only really be one main event. I know it's 2 nights, but, it's one main event, and that's Brock Roman. So let's be honest, let's acknowledge our tribal chief and acknowledge the main event of WrestleMania 38, and let's keep going with the letter.
7th. Speaking of Cody, what other stars do you think might make a surprise at WrestleMania? What are the odds we see Asuka or Bayley come back? It would be cool if we got a surprise Alexa Bliss segment, since we haven't seen her in months.
Good point.
Good point.
Alexa Bliss is somebody that could come back. You can look for Alexa, Asuka, Lacey Evans, Paige, Bayley. It's a lot of women. It's a lot of women who could come back. It's funny we don't have that many leads on men. We're naming women. And I think, once again, the Raw after WrestleMania will be a night when a lot of stars come back. So, yeah.
Cool.
Don't you agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
And last, I can't decide who will win the match between Bianca and Becky. I think both are possible winners here, but I think it will be more interesting to see where they go with these characters after this match. I feel like Bianca cutting Becky's hair might have been this first small step toward her turning heel, which would be very exciting. My heart wants Bianca to win because I absolutely love her, but she might actually get over more by losing this match or having a character change. And do you think that they will try to change Becky back to babyface after this feud? Maybe she stays heel. If she is to feud with Ronda after this, the crowd just started getting used to booing Becky in an authentic, real heat sort of way. The crowd chanted, "And you deserve this," after Bianca cut Becky's hair. Crazy idea. It would be cool if they did a triple turn. Turned Ronda heel and Bianca heel and Becky babyface, all after WrestleMania. Becky and Ronda could still feud with each other. I love fantasy booking. What are your thoughts?
I'll say this. Bianca, and I'm just sitting here thinking this, and maybe you agree or disagree, but Bianca is a super baby face.
She is.
She's so baby face that when somebody tries to cut her hair, she gets mad and cuts her hair. And now everybody's just, oh my God, she's supposed to be face and she cut her hair. Oh my God. But yet you cheer for Drew McIntyre, who tries to slice people, who claymores people. But yet Bianca does to Becky what she tried to do to her and that. But we don't look at Becky and say, oh, she broke her jaw, she broke her neck. No, but we look at Bianca, oh my God, she cut her hair. Who cares about Bianca who got her neck broke? Why should that not be retaliation? You broke my neck or my bone and my larynx or whatever they tried to say, but yet I cut your hair and now I'm healed. Anyway, keep going. I'm sorry, you guys.
I'm sorry.
But that's just how I feel, you know. And I get it. Bianca is super face and she's strong and you want to look at her in the best light possible, but everybody's got a breaking point.
Thank you for the opportunity to write into your show, and thank you for being awesome host. Have a great WrestleMania week. Kyle from Detroit.
Shout out to Kyle, from Detroit. Shout out to you.
Thank you.
Woohoo! Now, let me check. I think we're down to one last email, but before we do that, as we told you earlier at the beginning of the show, we're going to give you our stand and deliver NXT predictions, and that's what we're going to do really quickly
Here
right
we
now.
go.
So we're going to start at the bottom, and we're going to work our way up. So starting off first with Gunther
versus LA Knight. Who'd you pick?
I picked, and it was hard, you guys, because just so everybody knows, LA Knight's like my favorite NXT star.
He is. He loves him.
I love my boy LA Knight. I went for, after some soul searching, LA Knight. Let me talk to you. Yeah. Who did you pick, babe?
The same.
LA Knight. And just so everybody knows, Gunther, or however you want to say Gunther, however you want to say it, he is a huge favorite, so we're going for the super underdog in this match. Next is Tommaso Ciampa versus Tony D'Angelo. Who did you pick, man? Tommaso. No one will survive.
No one.
Ooh, now I had to go for the unbecoming star, Tony D'Angelo. Tony D, I like him. He's great. But let's go on to the next one. The NXT World Tag Team Championship match. The Creed Brothers versus Imperium versus MSK. Who do you got?
MSK.
MSK. Woo! And I picked the Creed Brothers.
Yes, you did.
And Vegas going with the Creed Brothers.
Yay.
We're going to keep going to the NXT Women's Championship match. It's Mandy Rose versus Cora Jade versus Kaylee Ray versus Io Shirai. Who do you got, babe?
I actually went Kaylee Ray.
Kaylee Ray. I can see her winning it. I had to go for the champ, Mandy Rose, to retain. Next, we're going to go finally to the main event of NXT Stand and Deliver, the NXT Championship match. You got Braun Breaker versus the showstopper, Dolph Ziggler. For the NXT Championship, who you got?
Give me Dolph.
Dolph Ziggy.
I'm not a Braun fan.
I like
Sorry,
Dolph.
guys.
I'm not a Braun Breaker fan, but I did
Not
pick.
this Braun.
But I did pick Braun Breaker. I do think they will put him over big time. And Vegas agrees. They said Braun Breaker a heavy favorite. So that's your NXT Stand and Deliver predictions from Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan. And we're going to finish up our last email with Tommy S. Shout out to Tommy
Hi,
S.
Tommy. Yes.
Great Patreon member, one of my Discord homies. So guess what? We're gonna read your letter right now in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan. Happy WrestleMania week to both of you. And thank you for doing the show this week. I always look forward to the premium live event weeks because I know I'm going to get to hear you two on the Mailbag. I was hoping to catch Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan in Discord to get his thoughts on this, but haven't seen him, so would like to get both of your thoughts on what is really going on with Ricochet. Even though I'm a big Sami Zayn fan, I was excited to see him with the Intercontinental belt. I was hoping that he would have a great run as champion, but this week he lost clean to Austin Theory. What the heck? What does that do? What does that win do for Austin Theory? He is already in a questionable match at WrestleMania, and I don't think he needed the win. But in the loss, it really looks bad for Ricochet. So my question is, where do you think this is going?
It's going for Ricochet to drop the title soon. I totally agree. Ricochet, like I said earlier, lost to Los Lotharios on Smackdown in individual matches, both for jobbers and tag team division, and now he had to put over Austin Theory, which, I mean, that's not as bad. I know we're really giving, like Austin Theory's just like mid-grade or bottom tier, but Austin Theory has credible wins over big superstars like Finn Balor. So if he's good enough to beat Finn Balor, I don't think Ricochet's a bigger hurdle than Finn Balor, do you? So no, I don't mind him beating Ricochet, especially since Ricochet doesn't have a match and since Creative doesn't want to give Ricochet nothing to do. He needs to lay down. But do I agree with that? No. Ricochet should have a match. Ricochet shouldn't put over Austin Theory. Just to be clear. Let's keep going.
Here are my picks for the title matches this weekend. Raw Women's Championship, Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belaire.
Uh-oh.
I was going to go with Bianca, but after the haircutting incident this week, I am changing my pick to Big Time Bex.
Baby, can we pause for 2 seconds?
Yes.
The haircutting incident, that's a real big deal for fans, isn't it?
It wasn't a big deal for me. It just seemed kind of just like, okay, this is happening.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. I can relate to you on this, Tommy S. When I first seen it, I said, oh, that's it for Bianca. She's not going to win. Becky's going to retain. That's too much. But, I mean, I'm thinking about it, and it's not really that bad. I mean, but it just seems like this is the 3rd or 4th person we had to write in to reference the haircut incident. So, kudos to Creative. They put something out there that's getting people talking. Now, Bianca's a great character. Because what she's doing is so good, and she's normally so good, if she does something just a little bad or a little hitting, people are like, oh no. So, great job on creative. Great job on Bianca. Great job on Becky. As Memphis Mark said, she got paid to get a haircut. Let's keep going.
Smackdown Tag Team Championship. The Usos, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso versus Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Usos?
I sure would like to see the Usos lose.
What?
But I don't think their title run is over yet. My pick is the Usos.
Bloodline. Usos. Acknowledge him. Let's go.
SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. I don't see how Ronda can lose, but I hope she does. My pick, unfortunately, is Ronda, but I hope I'm wrong.
Well, guess what, sir? Vegas agrees with you. Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you. Miss Casual Wrestling Fan thinks the Queen Charlotte Flair will win this match.
I do.
But we all, in our heart, want Charlotte to win. I'm telling you guys, I kind of agree with Matt on this one. Charlotte might get the cheers, and Ronda most likely is going to get booed. I mean, they're going to have to figure out what to do about that. But let's continue.
Women's Tag Team Championship. Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Naomi and Sasha Banks versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler. I have no solid pick on this match. I will go with my heart and pick Naomi and Sasha.
There you go. Vegas agrees with you. Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you. Miss Casual Wrestling Fan is going for Queen Zelina and Carmella to retain. Naomi and Sasha, they getting a lot of people voting for them, sir. That's a great pick. I can totally see him winning the belt. That would not be good for Sasha Banks. It'd be great for Naomi. But as you've seen, for the last few people that's been in the tag team, Shayna Baszler was in the tag team. Her career sucked for the past 6 months, and guess what? They put her back into the tag team. Rhea Ripley was in the tag team. We wanted her to get out of the tag team. Guess what? She's back in another tag team. It's the circle of life. They have nothing to do with them, so stick them in the tag team. Let's keep going.
Raw Tag Team Championship. RK Bro versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy.
Come on.
I am probably looking forward to this match more than any of the other matches on the card. I think they've done a nice job in setting it up. I will go with the Alpha Academy on this one.
Shoosh! Thank you. I like Alpha Academy. Don't you like? Do you like Alpha Academy?
Yeah.
You do?
No, I take that back. I don't like them.
She does not like. I like Alpha Academy. I like the Shoosh and the thank you. He's funny. But they Alpha Academy is the Vegas underdogs. RK Bro is the favorites. I'm picking RK Bro. Miss Casual Wrestling Fan picking RK Bro.
Yes, I
We've been saying all night that RK Bro's a lock. And if you know that when we say it's a lock, then guess what? It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
That's right.
And if you're on Discord, then you got our warning. If you're listening to this, we give out spoilers. Keep going.
Title versus title. Roman Reigns, Universal Champion versus Brock Lesnar, WWE Champion.
Yes.
All I need to say for this one is acknowledge him.
Acknowledge him.
Thanks, guys. Again, I really appreciate you taking the time to read my thoughts and picks and look forward to seeing you on Discord during WrestleMania. Blessings, Tommy.
There it is, Tommy
Thanks, Tommy
S. Woo, 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 woo. Shout out to Tommy S. Thank you, everybody, for writing in.
Thank you.
What we're going to do real quick, we're going to go through our picks really briefly, really quickly, because we've been telling you our picks as we've been going through the show, but so we can remember what we pick and listen to it, and you guys can listen and mark down what we wrote as well. We're going to go through them real briefly. So we're going to start with the bottom. We got New Day versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland. Who do you pick, babe?
Sheamus and Ridge.
And guess what? I picked Sheamus and Ridge as well.
That's right.
Shout out to Sheamus and Ridge. It's sad what happened to Big E, and I will say
it
that.
Is.
I know we didn't really have time
Still
to say
sending
that.
prayers out.
Send prayers out to Big E, you know. But Sheamus agrees with us as well that Sheamus and Ridge will win the match. Next is Seth versus mystery opponent. I predict the mystery opponent will be Cody Rhodes. Do you agree, disagree?
Well, I agree it's probably Cody Rhodes, but I disagree. Seth's going to be the winner.
Okay, so you say Seth's going to win. I say give me Cody Rhodes for the win. And Vegas says the mystery opponent will win. But who knows? Seth freaking Rollins is Mr. WrestleMania in my opinion. So let's keep going. We got Drew versus Happy Corbin. We ain't got to waste time with this one.
That's
Drew
true.
McIntyre's a lock. Next.
Logan Paul and Miz with the Mysterio.
Versus Mysterios. And who did you pick?
I picked Mysterios. You chose Logan Paul and
See,
Miz.
there it is. So I got back on the Miz bandwagon. For Vegas, it's pick 'em, so it's even odds. So we split the baby, didn't we, baby?
Yes.
We're going to see who's right and who's wrong.
Knoxville versus Sami Zayn.
Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn.
We both chose Knoxville.
We chose Johnny Knoxville, and guess who else chose Knoxville? Las Vegas.
Awesome.
So guess what? That's a lock, baby. To the next one.
Pat Mack versus Theory.
Pat
Austin
Mack
Theory.
versus Austin Theory. Who'd you pick?
Austin Theory.
Who'd I pick?
Austin Theory.
Who Vegas picked? It's an even pick 'em, so they split down the middle. I agree that Austin Theory is going to take the match. Let's keep going.
Omos versus Bobby.
Who'd you pick?
Bobby.
Who'd I pick? I didn't pick you guys, so here goes spur of the moment. Guess what? I don't care right or wrong. Bobby Lashley, my favorite wrestler. I'm going off my hip. I don't care. Bobby Lashley, almighty for the win.
All right.
Next, AJ versus Edge. Edge, love the new character. It's great. Next, we got Naomi and Sasha Banks versus Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley versus Shayna Baszler and Natalya versus Queen Zelina and Carmella. Who you got?
Carmella and Zelina.
To retain,
And
I
you
got
have
Naomi and Sasha Banks for the win. Next, we got RK Bro versus Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. Who did you pick?
RK Bro.
Who did I pick?
RK Bro.
Who did Vegas pick?
RK
Bro.
Bro.
So guess what? RK Bro is a lock. That guess what a lock means? It's a spoiler. It's spoiled. That's who's gonna win the match. Next, Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. Who'd you pick, babe?
Usos.
Uso. Who I picked?
Usos.
Uso. Who Vegas picked?
Usos.
Uso. So the Usos is another lock. Guess what? That means it's spoiled. That's who's gonna win the match. Next, Charlotte Flair, the Queen, versus Rowdy Ronda. Who you got?
Charlotte.
Who did I pick?
Ronda.
Who did Vegas pick? Ronda. Who's gonna win the match? We're gonna see. We gonna see. I hope the Queen wins, but I got a huge feeling Ronda's gonna take the belt. Then we got Becky, Big Time Lynch versus Bianca, EST Bellaire. Who you got?
I got Becky. You got Bianca.
Who Vegas got?
Bianca.
Who gonna win the match?
Becky.
I don't think so. But we're gonna go on the one we can agree on. We got Brock the Beast Lesnar versus the head of the table, the tribal chief. Acknowledge me, Roman Reigns, for the WWE Undisputed, Unified, Universal Heavyweight Championship of the world. Are you acknowledging Roman or not?
Yes.
Am I acknowledging Roman or not?
Yes.
Has Vegas acknowledged Roman or not?
Yes.
Has the WWE Universe acknowledged Roman or not?
Yes.
Did the WWE Podcast acknowledge Roman or not?
Yes.
So guess what we're doing?
Acknowledging him.
Exactly. So we want to thank everybody for
Thank
tuning in
you.
to the show. Guess what? This was your WrestleMania Mailbag Takeover show, brought to you by Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan. We want to thank you for listening to us tonight. Hey, it got late on us. It's 1:20 where we're located currently. And as I said earlier, we got to get up like Matt got to get up. But thank you for listening. You got anything for the listeners, man?
Thank you guys for having us, and it's always a pleasure to read each and every email and to hear all your kind words.
And we love you, the listeners. You keep writing in. We're going to be back.
So keep it up.
Keep it up. We're going to be back next week. Same time, different date. And we're going to do this all over again to talk about the fallout from WrestleMania. To see if our predictions was right or wrong. To see if your predictions was right or wrong. So stay tuned. Let's get ready. We got WrestleMania, you guys. guess what? You got Roman Reigns. You got Brock Lesnar. You got Rhea Ripley. You got Bianca Belair. You got Becky Lynch. You got Rick Boo. You got Shinsuke Nakamura, RK Bro, Alpha Academy, Street Profits, the Usos, the Bloodline. What else could you want? Edge, AJ, Stone Cold, KO, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes. Good God Almighty. I know it don't seem like it, but it's really going to be a good show. So we want you to stay tuned. We'll talk to you next week. And you want to tell them bye-bye?
We'll see you then. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.